How to make anyone listen to you, even without saying much. Part 1. The silent command of attention. Imagine walking into a room, and suddenly all eyes shift toward you. No one shouted, no one announced you, and yet every head turns, every conversation pauses, and people instinctively lean in. It's not magic, it's not charm. It's a subtle force that some people carry naturally, a silent command of attention. Meanwhile, others speak louder, gesture wildly, try to force themselves into focus, and still go unnoticed. The difference isn't in what they say, it's in how they exist in the moment. Power, influence, and attention are often invisible. They're communicated through posture, energy, and presence long before a single word leaves your lips. When someone radiates calm certainty, the brain notices. It registers stability, confidence, and control, and it draws you in, almost involuntarily. This is the first secret. You don't have to talk to make people listen. You just need to be present in a way that your mind signals importance. The real question is, how do you cultivate this silent command of attention so that people naturally listen when you choose to speak? That's where the psychology begins. Part 2. Re-art your heart. The psychology of influence. Welcome to Re-art Your Heart, where we decode how the human mind really works so you can take back control. Most people believe influence comes from speaking more, being louder, or proving their point. The truth, influence is subtle. It's rooted in perception, not volume. Humans are wired to notice patterns. We respond to confidence, calmness, and energy long before words even register. A person who speaks less but moves with certainty often carries more authority than someone who never stops talking. This is because attention is a scarce resource. The brain instinctively tunes into signals that stand out, that break the background noise. Calm energy, steady posture, measured movements. These are all whispers of authority, silently demanding focus. When you understand this, you realize talking more isn't the path to being heard. Being present, intentional, and controlled is. It's not about manipulation. It's about aligning your energy with the way the brain naturally responds. Part 3. The power of presence. Before you utter a single word, your presence speaks volumes. The way you occupy space, breathe, and hold yourself communicates authority. People instinctively notice those who are calm, grounded, and unhurried. Your energy signals. I belong, I am stable, I am in control. Even small details matter. Standing tall but relaxed, moving deliberately, maintaining a natural rhythm in gestures. These subtle cues create an invisible gravitational pull. Others lean in, pay attention, and subconsciously prioritize your presence. Presence is not about impressing. It's about being fully anchored in yourself, so that your energy alone makes people pause and observe. The brain interprets this stability as competence, trustworthiness, and leadership, and once that perception is established, every word you speak carries weight. Part 4. The pause technique. Speaking without speaking. Silence is one of the most powerful tools in communication. A well-timed pause can speak louder than paragraphs of words. When you pause before responding, people lean in. They feel the weight of your presence. They anticipate what comes next, and in that anticipation, they listen. Pauses signal confidence. They show that you don't need to rush for approval or fill space with noise. Your mind is in control. Your energy is steady. Even subtle breaks, a slight hesitation, a thoughtful glance, or a measured breath create tension that naturally draws attention. Most people fear silence. They talk to cover it, to avoid discomfort. But those who master the pause understand its magnetic effect. By speaking less, they are heard more. Part 5. Eye contact and microexpressions. The eyes are more than windows to the soul. They are instruments of influence. A steady gaze signals confidence, presence, and authority. It tells people, I see you, I matter, you should listen. Microexpressions, subtle shifts in the face, communicate intent and emotion before words do. A raised eyebrow, a slight nod, a knowing smile, all guide attention and perception. When combined with calm energy, these cues create an invisible language. People respond instinctively. They lean in, mirror your expressions, and subconsciously grant you focus. The trick is subtlety. Too much eye contact or exaggerated expressions trigger discomfort or distrust. The right balance communicates mastery and draws attention naturally. Even before you speak, your face and eyes are shaping how people perceive and respond to you. Part 6. Framing the conversation. Every interaction is shaped by an invisible frame, the context and energy you project. Whoever sets the frame first subtly directs how others interpret the situation. By remaining calm, composed, and intentional, you take control of this frame. People begin to operate within your rhythm, your energy, your perspective. Reacting emotionally or trying to dominate with words hands the frame to someone else. Staying grounded allows you to guide the conversation without forcing it. Framing is not manipulation, it's awareness. It's understanding that every gesture, pause, and glance contributes to how people perceive your authority. When you master this, people follow your lead instinctively. They listen more closely, consider your words more seriously, and give you influence without demanding it. Part 7. The magnetism of emotional gravity. People are drawn to those who seem emotionally stable and unshakable. This is emotional gravity, the magnetic pull of someone who doesn't overreact or chase approval. When you remain calm under pressure, others instinctively give you attention and respect. Your words carry more weight because they are anchored in certainty. Emotional stability signals competence. It tells the brain, this person is reliable, confident, and worth listening to. Selective reactions amplify this effect. Respond when it matters, remain silent when it doesn't, and your presence becomes the measure against which others gauge themselves. The paradox is simple. The less dependent you are on others' reactions, the more they are dependent on your attention and guidance. This invisible pull makes people listen before you even speak. Part 8. Voice, rhythm, and intonation. The way you speak shapes how people perceive you, long before they understand your words. Tone, pace, and rhythm act as subtle signals of authority. A calm, steady voice conveys confidence. Pauses and emphasis create anticipation and weight. Even small changes in pitch or cadence guide attention naturally. Rushing through words signals insecurity. Monotone speech signals disinterest. Measured, intentional speech signals mastery. When combined with presence, silence, and emotional gravity, your voice becomes a tool of influence. It draws listeners in, keeps them engaged, and makes your message feel significant even if it's simple. Mastering this takes awareness and practice, but the impact is immediate. People lean in, focus, and internalize what you say without you forcing it. Part 9. Nonverbal reinforcement. Your body speaks constantly, even when your mouth is closed. Posture, gestures, and subtle shifts communicate authority and confidence. Open, relaxed shoulders project assurance. Deliberate hand movements emphasize key points. Leaning slightly forward signals engagement, while leaning back conveys control. Nonverbal cues reinforce every word, pause, and glance. They anchor attention and make your presence undeniable. The most influential people rarely over-explain or perform. Their body language silently confirms their message. I am calm. I am present. I am worth listening to. When words finally come, they land with impact, because your entire being has already prepared the listener to pay attention. Part 10. Reflection and takeaway. The true power of influence lies not in talking more, but in being more. Presence, calm energy, selective attention, and intentional gestures create a magnetic force that draws people in naturally. When you master silence, pauses, eye contact, and emotional stability, your words gain weight without effort. People listen because your presence signals importance, not because you demand it. Influence is subtle, invisible, and profoundly effective. It's rooted in psychology, not volume. And once you understand these principles, you no longer chase attention, you earn it effortlessly. Remember, the less you perform, the more you're noticed. The less you seek approval, the more respect you command. And the more grounded your presence, the more people listen, even when you say very little.